What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Piscine Predator. I'm back with that TPP True Crime Talk. You know what time it is, baby. You can smash that like and that subscribe for your boy. Help this bad boy get chugging in our algorithms. Help us get some channel growth out here. And if you're so kind as if you got the little extra time and you're feeling generous, there's another little tab, little button. You just hit it. It's called share. And it gives you all these options, and you could literally everywhere. Share it everywhere. See what happens for me. I appreciate it, man. I would appreciate it greatly. I'll stop. All right, my bad. I'll stop begging. All right, guys, let's jump into the video topic. All right, this video topic was requested. This video topic was requested, and it's I wasn't gonna make any videos on this particular topic until we got more either hearsay that I wanted to debunk or some actual facts that we can kind of speculate and kick around. But that topic is the Idaho4, and I was asked by one of the subscribers to go ahead and do a video on my theories on it. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's a lot of theories we can go over, right? There's basically my theory as far as how this started, how this even happened, right? You know what I mean? Like, we could break it down all the way to the beginning with Kohberger and, his mental instability and why he's got that makeup that he has. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll just break it down. We'll just get into it, dude. I think this was planned before it happened. Long before it happened. This wasn't just some random accident. I'm pretty sure any of you guys that have studied serial killers would agree with me on this. Has all the hallmarks of a serial killer, right? But he's what you would fall. I think he would fall into the category of a, in my opinion, is like this hybrid serial killer, right? Where he has taken and he has molded himself after other serial killers, and not only has he molded himself and done things that other ones have done, he took it a step farther and went and got an education on how to get away with it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's face it. You don't go into that program and do all the things that he did without that being part of the plan. That is absolutely got to be part of the plan. At least that's my opinion, right? So, and like you guys know, I'm going to say all this. This is based on my theory, my speculations, and my opinions. This ain't fact. Even though later on, when everything comes out, I got a strong feeling I'm probably going to have a good 90%, accuracy rate with this one. So I believe that he molded himself to go do this. I believe he took all the steps to go do this. Why did he do it? We could say incel, we could say a lot of things, but I think it's accumulation of things. But basically, I think he's somewhere on the spectrum, autistic spectrum. I think he's also, the way that he's written, in all those documents online with the medical stuff where he was seeing visual snow and the way that he talked, I think he's a narcissist. But you're talking about on the spectrum. I'm talking high Q part of the spectrum. We're talking like Elon Musk and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an intelligent dude, but also super awkward with the ladies, which had caused him, some friction growing up. And that'll mess a young man up, especially if you don't have like a real masculine male father to like teach you the ropes, because it doesn't seem like he has a masculine male father, especially if you watch those videos where him and his dad were getting pulled over. So that being said, I feel like it was just a slow, boil into just this stew of what he is, his personality, where it was all these little factors of his mental makeup, his social, social happenings that, and events that went down with him, the way that he's been described to be teased by girls and kind of creepy. It sounds like he more or less wasn't picked on, but he pressed himself up into situations and got the response from those young girls that he did because of the fact that he had no social cues, which would lend to me feeling like he's somewhere on the spectrum. You know what I mean? So, but if you're somewhere on the spectrum, you're not getting the social cues, but you're intelligent, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to start getting probably bitter, you know what I mean? Because you understand what's happening, that you're getting rejected, but you don't know why, you know what I mean? So I could see that kind of flowing into feeling a certain way about, women. And then the way that those papers were written online with the medical stuff, the visual snow, he seems very narcissistic, because he's got like this, he's very self-aware, but it's like he writes in a way that it's like a matter of fact, like he's, at that, especially at that age where he's just like, this is what it is. And then to be experiencing something and decide that you don't actually need to go get like, or stick with medical help, that's kind of narcissistic, you know what I mean? Like, to think that you could solve your own problems and permanently be good. It's either that, or he decided that he can't solve his own problems. He was just going to live with it, and he was just going to do what he ended up doing. Because we don't know when he developed that plan, but I just feel like it was long before he made it to Idaho. It was probably somewhere in between, high school and going into college, figuring out like, I hate the world. I can't, have a regular relationship. People reject me. Even with my friendships and, and whatnot, I still have issues. And, it more than likely was when he was going through that drug use, from, this, we got that little time frame in between like high school to college where he was messed up. So if you take an autistic person on the spectrum that has bad social cues, but he's super intelligent, and then he gets into drugs, and about the only relationship he has with people is based around drugs or a work atmosphere or both, I just feel like it just slowly twisted his brain into you just hating the opposite sex, in all honesty. And then not only hating the opposite sex, but he also probably just loathes any masculine male that has, all the social cues and is just got that swag. So, like your boy. But yeah, like that's kind of my opinion on like some of the factors that probably were in play to even get him into that mindset. You know what I mean? So like I said, I believe it's the genetic, mental makeup, the experiences with, the social stuff at school, and then getting into drugs and just having his brain twisted. You know what I mean? He's like one of those people that should never touch drugs, never. Ever. I mean, nobody really should touch drugs, but definitely if you got some mental issues and a certain genetic, mental state that you're born with that might not be normal, you probably should not do drugs, and especially heroin. Like, are you serious? Let's talk about a drug that'll twist a normal healthy person, right? And then you just add his mental state of mind to heroin, and then all this other social shit that he deals with that he can't figure out. You're gonna get somebody that's a straight like incel, type of individual, where they just look at society like, they're all ignorant, and I can't understand why I can't even jive with the ignorant people. So, and I'm better than all them, I just don't understand it. Builds the rage, and decides, I'm gonna make an impact on society. I'm gonna be remembered for something. And hey, if you have zero talent, zero charisma, you know what I mean? Zero ambition to go do anything, like outside of, anything, because you're failing at life. You're taking L's all over. It's like, look at all the serial killers, you know what I mean? Like, look what they've done. They're cemented in history. We cover them constantly online, right? So it's like, hey, I can't start a war, and I'm too pussy to go out and do a mass shooting because I'm going to get capped. And I really hate women, and I really hate, the chads of the world that get their own way with the women. I'm going to go ahead and develop a plan to, I'm going to go and unalive some people, and I'm going to see how long I can do it. And then when they finally catch me, I'm going to have the knowledge to be able to, help fight the case, help create doubt, because I'm going to go ahead and cover up all my tracks the best that I can to make it almost impossible to try to find me. And then if they do find me, they have very little evidence, right? And, that's what I feel like his plan was. I'm not saying he accomplished it, because obviously he didn't accomplish the full plan, in my opinion. I believe this individual would have kept going and going and going until he got caught. So that being said, don't come at me for saying he's intelligent, because the dude has to be intelligent to get to where he's at. I don't care. You have to have an IQ to get to that point. Just because you don't understand social cues and you're a little bit off in that realm does not mean it doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you don't have a high IQ. If you believe all that other crap, people say, oh, you must not be that smart, dude. Check yourself. You're going to make bad decisions in life, I can already tell. Because that's piss poor judgment. So, that being said, that's what I feel brought him to the decision, right? And then he started going through the path. Started in Pennsylvania with the schooling, right? And then what does the dude do? And this is why I believe that he's taken notes and studied the other killers, because it's like he went ahead and went to where Bundy. He was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up where Bundy left off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get out west, and get myself set up in Washington, and I'm gonna go do some sorority. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go rampage some sorority type style, and that's why I believe that house was picked. Is not necessarily, I know it's not a sorority, but it has sorority sisters in it, and it was gonna be easier to access, in all honesty, than a sorority house, right? An off-campus house where there's partying, coming and going. That's way more easy for a killer like this to case and then get in and do his thing, because you gotta think, right? We know that this house was a party house now. We've seen the law enforcement's footage of it, body cam footage of this stuff, right? So we know for a fact this is a party house. I'm not saying what kind of party they're doing, we just know it was a party house, right? And then access to that and being able to case that, and people being in and out and getting information on that is gonna be way easier than going to an actual sorority on campus. That's a no-brainer, right? So the question is, did he know the targets before? You know what I mean? And then just case them, or did he pick a house and then case the house? That's the big question, man. That's the one I don't know. I really don't know, and we're gonna have to wait till everything comes out, the trial and everything, to figure that one out for sure. But whenever, I heard people get confused, like, what do you mean? Was the person targeted, or was the house targeted? Well, that's the explanation. You run into the person, he gets a fantasy on this one person, and he targets this one person. That's targeting a person, right? But targeting the house, that's based off of, casing neighborhoods where that's close to the campus, to where you have a good idea that these houses obviously are going to have, sorority people or college age people in it, and all he's going to do, cruise around, look at a house that has a good vantage point, that looks like it's got good access, and then case it. Watch the comings and goings. See how many people. See if it's a lit area, right? Possibility. So house is targeted because of ease of access and knowing that there's targets inside. Spend enough time watching it, casing it, like we know that he did, right? Based off the affidavit and a little bit of information we have so far, he did his homework. So big question is, did he case the house because of opportunity of the house being an easy target? Or did he meet one of these girls, run into one of these girls, or just, dude, a lot of people don't understand too, you don't actually have to run across somebody in real life. You know what I mean? He could have at the restaurant, Mad Greek, where the girls work, right? But he didn't necessarily have to do that. He could have literally just did a general search and started just, perving out on, college students in the area. Just doing general searches on, Instagram or Facebook or any of that. And a lot of these young girls, they don't keep their stuff private because they want mad attention, because we lived in a messed up society where women ain't taught proper ways to be ladies. Sorry if that offends some of y'all, but it's true. Some of y'all put some pictures in there that I don't really agree with, but hey, to each your own, whatever, right? So that being said, it'd be really easy to find girls in that area that way. Or dating sites, dating apps. There's so many ways that he could have found those girls where he never even had to come in contact with them. Well, how would he know where they live? Well, that's pretty easy. If you befriend people on certain apps, right? Some of these apps actually show you where your friends are. Pretty easy, right? Or if you're smart like this dude is, you're seeing these chicks post stuff. You're like, oh man, where's she at? Where's she at? All it takes is for the right pictures with addresses and houses in the back. He already knows the general area because, you know, it's freaking Idaho in a college town, a small town. It's not going to be hard to look at pictures and figure out where people are. You know what I mean? Not at all. And especially if like they're taking pictures, a party's going down, girls are posting like we're here, and he's like, oh well, cool, they're partying, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cruise on over that neighborhood and cruise around, see if I can spot a party, see if I can, you know, spot that girl that I've been perving on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media app. See her out there partying with her friends. Boom, I know where she's at. There's so many ways he could have targeted them. You know what I mean? So all these people that speculate like he might still be, you know, innocent, he deserves his, you know, day in court and this and that. Get out of here with that nonsense, bro. You're not going to debunk this with anything that we know or any speculations, dude. And I've already told people, like, when the FBI gets involved in something like this, they don't miss. Go look at their freaking rates. Their conviction rates are insane. So, that being said, if you ever get pulled in, dude, because you was doing something bad and the FBI on you, bro, you're done. You're cooked. You better hope for like a plea bargain or some type of deal because they got something on you and you're cooked. All right, I digress. So, so now that's my opinion on why he got to the mental state of mind to make this decision to do this. Like I said, the whole plan, I feel it was developed around prior serial killers as an homage to their work. And then as far as the target, like I said, it could have been anything. He could have picked a house, cased it, figured out it was a prime spot. You know, people are in and out all the time partying, and it's like right there, right? I mean, it's like the only house right there. It's got back access, not just front door, but back access through that sliding glass door. Sliding glass doors are easy to pop, man. So that's smart, dude. I mean, literally, it's kind of self-explanatory if you look at the layout of the home, where it's at in the neighborhood, right? Picking that house, I mean, it could have very well been that. So for those confused, definitely on was the house targeted or a person targeted, that's your explanation, okay? So let's go ahead and go on. I believe that this dude did other killings. In my heart, I believe that he's connected to other ones. I don't see a killer like this going in and doing that way, like that many kills, and get out with so little evidence being left. That's more than studying, dude. That's crazy. He knew what he was doing, you know? Absolutely knew what he was doing, in my opinion. And yeah, so whether he's connected to Washington or Oregon murders, or there's something that he did back in Pennsylvania, I believe that he's done something like this before. Maybe one person, maybe two, but definitely has done it before. And okay, what else? What are the theories, right? My theory on basically the order of things, and that's based off the affidavit and the descriptions. I believe that he went up top first. He went to kill the target. That's why the target has clean cuts, less damage. Didn't intend for her friend to be there. Rage set in, and the friend fought back. That's why her wounds are worse. During that struggle, sheath pop came off. Because if this dude's in a jumpsuit, he probably had the knife in a pocket because he probably wasn't wearing a belt. Okay, that explains why the sheath popped out. Then he cruised downstairs, right? And so if you listen to the affidavit, it sounds like Xana is more in the bathroom, you know, and Ethan is more in the bedroom. So I feel like he caught Xana first. I do. I feel like maybe he caught Xana first, and I don't know if he completely killed her, but I believe he attacked her. And then I believe after that, he had to engage with Ethan, and then he killed Ethan. And then if he hadn't killed Xana during the original part of the attack, I believe he finished the job before he left. But that struggle that he had with Ethan is probably kicked in his visual snow, messed with his adrenaline, blood pressure, you know, put him in tunnel vision. So when he was leaving, because he probably thought that he got hurt with the struggle, right? It wasn't clean. It wasn't what he thought it was going to be. He thought he was probably going to be able to get in and get out take care of these girls and be gone because Ethan shouldn't have been there. And I believe that struggle with Ethan put him in a state of mind where he had to get out, or else I, in my heart, believe he would have killed all 6 of those girls. I truly do. If he could have went in quiet and got it done, I think that he would have done it. So everybody giving crap to, you know, Bethany and Dylan, the 2 survivors, dude, I think that's cap, bro. I think you guys are all messed up for that. You know, not everything's a conspiracy, man. Trust me, I'm all about some conspiracies. I'm a very political, geopolitical, you know, economics. I'm into all that stuff too, deep in it. And I'm all good for a good conspiracy, but this ain't it. This ain't it, dude. It ain't it. There ain't one here. I believe that Ethan ended up saving those other 2 girls' lives by whatever fight he put on. So he goes by, you know, Dylan, tunnel vision, visual snow, dark, all that. And I got to get out of here. Didn't even see her. Right past her. That's what I believe, man. It makes the most sense. And of course he ain't going to go downstairs, right? Why the hell would he go downstairs if he's trying to get out? Plain and simple. That's why the 2 girls survived. I don't know what else to say, guys. You know, like, and I believe that he really thought that he was going to get away with it. But here's the deal. That sheath screwed him. That sheath screwed him. A lot of people, you know, I've speculated too, like, wonder if he purposely left it there so he would get caught, or is he messing with the cops? No, I don't think so. After I rethought it, it's like, I think he put it in one of the like a pocket or something. It probably had a jumpsuit on, all dark, and that shit popped out during the struggle because there wasn't supposed to be a struggle. You're supposed to go in and catch girls sleeping and be in and out. So that sheath screwed him. When he got home and he realized that sheath wasn't there, he went back to that neighborhood. And in all honesty, I think if there wouldn't have been any commotion in that neighborhood, or if there wouldn't have been anybody outside and he thought he could get back into that house, I think he would have went back in and got it, honestly. But yeah, he probably went, said nah, forget it, and probably went to check to see if the cops had even showed up yet. You know what I mean? Because that's how sickos like this work. You know, they want to see their handiwork and all the chaos they create. So yeah, man, those are my theories, right? That's pretty much my working theory on the whole situation, the whole case. I mean, I might have left some little details out based on, you know, things that have been released by the media where I've went in and debunked it, or, you know, hey, this makes sense. Like the whole, you know, Bethany situation where she's being subpoenaed, and she's being subpoenaed because that defense, she has nothing to tell them about the night. All they want to know is what happened in that morning, with who came over and helped them and reported it, and then what happened with the police. They want to know that information so they can kind of try to lend some type of like reasonable doubt in the investigation. And that's literally all it is, because that's all he has. That's literally all this dude has, is to hope and pray that his defense can find something that happened that morning to say, hey, they contaminated the crime scene, and, you know, this investigation is flawed, and create doubt in a juror's mind. That's all that is. Like any other speculation outside of that is just, it's cap. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, I mean, that's where I'm at with this whole Idaho4 Brian Kohberger working theory, start to finish. You know what I mean? Like start to finish, like that's it. Like, and if there's anything little that I did miss in this and you have questions on it, I'll do a follow-up video on it. Just hit me up down in those comments, you know what I mean? Or hit me up in the comments, or pretty quick here, I'm gonna link my Discord up in the, you know, my bio for the channel, and the channel description, I mean. And you could hit up there, because my boy Rooster Cakes, I'm setting up for you, my boy. I'm setting it up, boy. So I know he'll be in there waiting for it. So to kick back theories and all that stuff. But let me know what you think. If there's anything I didn't cover, let me know. Ask the questions. But let me know what you think about that theory, my rundown and my opinions on it all. Does it make sense to you? Or you think I'm just wild up there? Either way, let me know. You know how it is. I don't fight with you all. You know, I'm all down for conversation and debate. But that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's already about 25 minutes-ish, about. It's pretty good. It's going to take a while for this bad boy to upload. It's probably going to make my phone super hot. But, yeah, guys, hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. Much love to all of you, dude. It's your boy, the Piscine Predator. Until the next video, I'm out, y'all. Peace.